there.
Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we have Queen by Promise, or should say Promise. We have Tisha Joyner, and then myself, Mario Hardy, aka DJ Radtop. And today, going behind the scenes, we're going to talk about makeup and hair and why it's critical to have this on site versus off site. So,
Good morning, Promise.
Good morning.
So, tell us a little bit about what you do, the services that you offer.
Good morning, everybody. I am Queen by Promise. I do hair and makeup. I've been doing hair and makeup going on now for 10 years. Um, the thing about hair and makeup is when you're planning an event and somebody's trying to book you, we often try to stay within people's budgets, and that's our problem. We really not standard high on how much we charge. We're not thinking about the travel. We're not thinking about all our expenses of buying makeup and putting our product back in our pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We're only thinking about making that person happy and looking great that day on their big day.
All right.
Um, the bad thing about that is because it plays a good and a bad part, but the bad thing
Mhm.
is about we're low budgeting ourselves. And when I say low budgeting ourselves, is that means the average professional makeup artist right now in the world charge, and that's not travel included, but just for a wedding, and that's just bride, not even including bridesmaids, it's 450. Okay, the
Mhm.
travel will probably 250. Okay,
Mhm.
and that's just including a basic look. That's
Okay.
not including contouring. That is not including sometimes lashes. That is not including lipsticks. That is not including um, a Barbie glam look,
Mhm.
with a
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah,
popping
there are
Barbie look.
different looks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very like
So
I would be a basic.
yeah. So you will be
You know what I'm
definitely
saying?
you'll be a natural basic. You won't
Mhm.
just be a
Mhm.
basic, right? So we have natural, then we have basic, then we have natural basic, then we have natural glam, then we have Barbie, then we take it up to drag queen. Even drag queen. If I just told you natural is 450, how much you think a drag queen will cost?
Oh my goodness.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We have to
Yeah.
do these big lashes. We have to do these big colors. We got to make sure that, what I'm saying, they come to us as a guy, so we have to make sure they leave as a woman. You know what I'm
Got
saying?
you.
So
Got you. Got you.
therefore we have to contour their face and make sure that our makeup gives them that um that
Over
botox
the top.
look, that
Yeah.
botox look that
Yeah.
say, oh whoa, she got her makeup done.
So, but
So
so
it's a lot of product that we really use.
yeah, so that's what I want to kind of focus on just the weddings for right now.
Okay.
Though that drag queen part is very interesting. I like to see some pictures.
Okay.
But so before and afters.
Right.
Um,
Definitely.
but when it comes to weddings, let's just
Hmm.
talk about weddings for a second because I think a lot of times brides and I don't want to put your pricing out there because I don't, it's not my thing. But I think a lot of times that brides don't really seem to fully understand why the pricing is like it is because at the end of the day, like for me, I'm just gonna give you what I think goes into it. Then you correct me on
Okay.
that. Okay. So I'm thinking about like coverage.
Hmm.
'Cause, I get dark circles sometimes
Hmm.
right here.
Contour.
Yeah, that's contour. Okay.
Hmm.
Contour. I'll
Hmm.
learn a new word today. Um, and then I'm thinking about like shadows, because that's colors that go here and there, and
Hmm.
that kind of thing. And then I'm thinking about blushes, you know,
To
light,
make the
dark,
cheekbone
whatever.
smile.
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
I got some of those. Okay,
Hmm.
and then your coverage, your foundation, the powder, the eyelashes, the glam on your lips, and that's a lot of product. And because of COVID, prior to COVID, just being sanitary with things, I don't think people really understand. A lot of times, you have to go into your thing, dip it on something else, and then use an extra piece of something to do it to their
Yeah,
face. And
and you know what's so funny that you said COVID. Um, During COVID, I went into Mac and Sephora and Bobby Brown, and I'm a big makeup person. Morphe. I went to these stores, and before COVID, it was quickly saying, "Ooh, let me go try on which one goes with your face." You know
mm-hmm,
what I'm saying? COVID happened. You know what they said? Told me, no, we don't have those products open right now. because we don't want to expose anybody of you touching something. Not say if you have anything, but then somebody touches something after you and they
Mm-hmm.
so we keep all these displays closed. But if you would like, purchase it, use it, try it. You don't like it, it's not your skin complexion, bring it back. And that even goes for Ulta Beauty too, because they are
Yeah.
big on makeup and
Yeah.
having displays out.
So when you're talking about this amount of product that has to be used, like I just named what 7, 8 things. I didn't
And
even talk about lashes.
and
Did I?
you know it's so funny that you said that. I don't think people understand also that booking a wedding, it's already mind gazing to a makeup artist. And I only say that because me having my own brand and being vegan costs way more than just having MAC.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I will only say that because it's natural. It doesn't break you
Mm-hmm.
out. You sleep with it. It doesn't give you, you know what I'm saying, rashes,
Mm-hmm.
bruises, and bumps and stuff. And don't get me wrong, I love Bobbi Brown, Morphe, Sephora, MAC. But at the same time, yeah, people don't understand when they go on and oh, it's just makeup. Yeah, but that little foundation that I just put on your face was
Mm-hmm.
$55.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
goes on that bride face. Now I have to put some more out and bring more with me for them bridesmaids. Depending on
Mm-hmm.
for me being a big makeup artist, I'm always having 6 to 12 bridesmaids. Okay,
Mm.
that's not including their grandmother, their great grandmother, their auntie, their mama, the groom's mom, the groom. You get what I'm saying? So people don't understand that. You got to understand, I have a big makeup suitcase, so I have to travel with that in there. I have to make sure I have you guys' complexions. I have to make sure who's getting a basic. My basic is lined up with basic. Who's
Mm-hmm.
getting Barbie? My Barbie's matched up with Barbie. And who's getting glam? And my glam is matched
Mm-hmm.
up with glam. You get what I'm saying? So again,
Yeah.
it's not always including lashes because sometimes people will want natural lashes and then people will just want dramatic lashes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
Even longer than these. So
here's my thing about that. Um, prior to, because you and I work together, honestly, normally my instructions to my clients is that they need to send you photos. So it
always,
looks dead on
always,
inside of you. You know what I'm saying? Of their
always.
face and then also their hair. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to me, and this is just my opinion, but to me it's kind of hard. And Mario, feel free to step in any moment you want to. I feel like it's kind of
Please.
hard to do what you do because you're doing a lot of stuff sight unseen. Like with Mario and I, for example, when we have new venues we have to go to, right? That a client has booked us to go to this new venue out in, I don't know, Clinton, North Carolina is the name of the city. So we have out of habits, he and I will go look at those venues. You know what I'm saying? But so we know what we're walking into the day of the event. So we know where he's gonna set up is for him, and what I have to do is for me, stuff like that. Not that we're always together. I'm just using this together as an example. But for you as a hair and makeup artist, you're walking into territory that you're unfamiliar with, completely blindsided if people don't provide information that you need in advance. Now, I know that sounds kind of abstract to some people, but you got to think about it. You can't make up a face
That's real.
that
That
you've
that
never
shouldn't.
seen
Yeah, that
without
shouldn't
seeing it
sound
and be
unlogic to
prepared.
people. Right, that
Yeah.
shouldn't never sound unlogic to people because 10 years I've been doing makeup for weddings, events, parties, birthdays. It doesn't matter. Church events. I've never been to nobody's event where I never said send me a picture, and not to throw it in there, but I'm thinking I'm coming to do a black lady and it's really a Caucasian lady, or I'm
Mhm.
coming to do a Caucasian lady and it's really a Spanish lady. So it's never. I'm always saying send me pictures. What's your complexion? How many people are this complexion? How many people is that? I'm very detailed. And if you
Mhm.
fail to give me that detail, then that's when we have, oh, well, you didn't tell me, so I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But I'm not going to put
And
your
that's one of the
complexion, Mario, on on a person that's
yeah,
Tish
yeah.
complexion, because you just have to maintain the people that you have.
And
And that's
that's
what people don't understand either. They be like, oh, she's a makeup artist. She should know.
no,
No,
no.
that's not true.
Listen, listen. Let me just respond to that real quick. You should know how to do the makeup and the hair, yes, but you cannot predict who you're doing it on unless you have information. One of the big things that you and I just finished talking about in the last couple of days is communication, and communication is so important. Um, Mario and I talk about this quite often as well.
Hmm.
How sometimes we deal with clients that lack the ability to maintain an
Mhm.
adequate amount of communication. I mean, just letting us know like what you need, what's going to happen, and then if we're asking you for information, like for instance, Mario and I both have homework that we assign our clients, so to speak.
Mhm.
I call it homework or whatever, and then like you have the request for pictures and all of that. If people are not giving us what we need, the tools that we need to do our jobs, that makes us look like failures. And I think people need to be more aware of what they're doing to themselves, and they're also setting their own events up for failure when they're lacking the communication. So let me just hit on this thing. Mario, do you want to jump in here? Are you good?
No, I'm just letting y'all talk the details because I want. I mean, some of the things I'm going to ask are more operational type questions. Not
Oh,
really.
okay.
Y'all getting more into the detail of the actual makeup, but my thing is operational wise. What pretty much like, for example, why is it important that a makeup artist is on site at an event? Why is that so important?
You want to answer that, promise?
That's very important. I have to be honest with you. Sidebar. I have a lot of people that when I do weddings, there people will say, "Do you know how it is important to have a makeup artist on site versus trying to find a makeup artist?" You get what I'm saying?
I don't think maybe finding one. I think more along the lines of just when you hire one, having them come to you versus
Right.
you going to
Like
them.
why is it like right why is it critical like my thing is if I am, let's say for example, if I'm a bride or groom getting prepared for or even if it's a birthday party and I mean when I say birthday is more of a glamorous type birthday party, why is it critical for a customer to have a hair slash makeup artist on site? What are the benefits?
I mean, basically, I mean, it's actually having us on site is actually like more helping that party out. And when I say that, as in,
I would think it's because they're not having to move around too much.
yeah, I mean, you don't have to go nowhere. You don't have
Okay.
to, you know what I'm saying, stretch your money other places to really find, you know what I'm saying? If that person says she can do that hairstyle, that makeup, the same way that you want it, you know what I'm saying? You don't
Yeah,
have to go and like,
but on site because they're because that makeup artist or the hairstylist coming to you. So if you're doing a wedding, like as a planner, I don't have to look and looky loo where my bride is. I don't have to panic about where she is. If she's in one location getting ready, then I know the hair and makeup is there. Then that's one thing off my checklist. You know what I'm saying? My mental checklist that she's in one location. Versus her having to travel 30
Right.
minutes to this person, or you know what I'm saying? Because like I said before, a while years ago, I had a bride that actually booked hair and makeup with someone, and they had to travel to them. And on the way back from them, they had an accident, a car accident, which threw me completely for a loop. Of course, her and the two young ladies in the car with her, but it just for safety purposes, it makes us feel more safe that she's in one place or that they're in one place. Also, it allows, and you can expand on this promise. It also allows the time. There's not a rush. Like if if you're in Charlotte and
hmm
I'm in Indian Trail, that's like 30 minutes away from each other, right?
hmm hmm
So that saves me an hour drive time if I'm in one location. That also allows for you to have a little bit more time with me as that, the client for the day, correct?
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say this also. I like how you put that, but also, you know, what's funny to me is people can book me as a hairstylist and makeup artist, and I'm right, and you're right about being on site.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have bridesmaids that will go, well, no, I'm gonna go to Mac, or I'm gonna go to this, and I'm gonna go to that. And I have witnessed that about 2 3 weeks ago for my wedding, and I was just like, so why I'm on site again? You know
Well,
what I'm
it's not
saying? It's
that
like,
really.
huh? Like,
But the thing is, what you're looking at, and see, the thing is like what you're looking at is the benefits is
Hmm.
why it's important. And I think what it is that when you're on site, and I can say this because I've seen so many weddings start late because they either the bridemaids are off site getting their
Yep.
hair and their
Yep.
makeup done,
Yes, sir.
and the wedding starts late just because of that reason.
Hmm.
That's why I said the benefits that come with you being on site is time management. It's a time management thing to
Yes.
where it guarantees that the wedding or the event is not going to start. I've actually there was a birthday party where the young lady, well, it was a sweet 16, and because she had got her stuff done off site, it took longer. And then it's also good to have you on site. So let's say if something goes wrong, let's say they're out, it's an outdoor wedding and it starts to rain. Then who's going to touch up the makeup for the pictures? Who's going to touch the makeup for
Yeah.
the rest of the day?
Right.
Or eyelash.
And you're right, because I have to comment on you. I have witnessed that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was just like, a year back, I was like, this lady, it was her bride, it was a bride I did, and it was about four bridesmaids, but she had six, so the other bridesmaids was off site, and she could not start her wedding because they were not on site.
Mhm.
And I
Right,
was looking at her like, ma'am, if you don't walk down the aisle, she was like, I can't, like they're not here. They came within an hour late because it was traffic. I mean, when I tell you that bride was looking like
And
the
see,
next time she's on site, y'all better just
yeah,
like,
and what people don't understand, Mario, about that is what happens is when the okay, when the wedding is due to start at 3,
right.
and now you're not starting till 4:30. Every single vendor that was there on time and in place, all their time is now thrown backwards.
Hmm.
The
hmm,
caterer is now off. Like
right,
everybody is off now.
Hmm.
And that's why it's so important. The time management aspect of it is so important because we're all working against the clock, so to speak.
Even the
You
right,
know?
event planner. I mean, so to say, if they're doing the wedding and they got to be the person with the mic to put them in the, what I'm saying, the reception, they got to wait now till they really, I
Yeah.
do, kiss the bride.
Yeah.
Okay,
All that.
make sure you good. Put them, okay, now introduce it. But it's like, people like, okay, hold on. I thought this wedding was going to end around
Thank
7,
you. And guests are sitting there waiting.
Right.
Mario,
So,
Mario, what's your take on this one?
Well, I mean, that's one of the things. Like I said, that's the critical portion of time management is that, and again, I've seen it happen numerous times where the wedding starts late because we're waiting for the makeup, the hair to be finished on brides and bride, and that's where it's critical that if you're planning, especially if you're planning a shorter period of time at the venue, you really want somebody on site and you want to make sure because like for example for Scott Villa is the perfect venue because it has the perfect location to where the
Mm-hmm.
bride and bridesmaids have enough time for a makeup artist and also a hair stylist to be present to take
mhm.
care of everything on site,
Yeah, they
so
have a
that
beautiful
saves
bridal
time.
suite.
Right. But like what normally what happens, and this is what I tell all my brides and grooms, the bigger your bridal party, the more at risk you're going to be at for your wedding starting late. So
Mm-hmm.
some of the key things that you want to put in position is you want to have a team on site that can do everything on site versus having like going to three or four different places to get
Yeah,
stuff done prior to the wedding. I mean, Mike said, because most time for guys it's different because we can go get a haircut the day before. We're good. For ladies, it does not that easy.
Thank
true,
you.
true.
Thank you.
So
And
what
then
is
it also steps into you guys, even though it steps into my time, event planning time, it steps to the DJ time too. Because now
mm-hmm.
y'all looking like, hold on, even if y'all got another event, y'all like, man, I gotta get
It's
going.
not,
Like this
and it's
wedding
not
gotta,
even really
Well,
that.
see, normally, yeah. Well, see, a good DJ is not going to schedule another event on a wedding day.
yeah,
That's
So
I don't
I
know,
understand what you're
I don't
saying,
know
though, but
about
the
that.
time management,
yeah,
yeah.
But
I just
y'all
want,
know,
yeah. Let me look. Let me crush that one real fast because, like, that,
yeah.
yeah, we don't want to do that. Yeah, I want no one thinking that. Yeah, no, we got no. That
Now, and
one
that's the
event,
thing.
one event
Yeah,
is
we
enough.
can't.
I
One
know
one
that's
in a day is way too much. But
right.
then another part of that, like we were saying before, is that it throws everything off because you got to think about it. Um, most vendors have allotted scheduled time. Some photographers are 4 hours, 6 hour, 8 hour,
Right.
some are all day. But what if we're in a situation where that vendor only has a certain amount of time? What if that venue didn't have a kitchen for the
Oh yeah.
caterer to reheat the food because it
Yep.
had to sit for an hour and a half. Like all these things are
Mhm.
factors,
What
and
if
it
the
becomes a
hairstylist?
ripple
Yeah, yeah.
effect.
What if the hairstyles and
Yeah,
makeup artists had two weddings? Then what?
and they were
Also,
off site.
Then what?
Yeah,
What
that's
if
probably
one
true.
wedding was in Winston Salem and one wedding was in, get forgive me,
Wilmington,
I don't know nothing about North Carolina
Wilmington.
or Raleigh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like that. First of all, I got to get there. You
yeah.
know, so now that wedding is pushed back. She's upset because I'm not on time. You know, she's upset because she's not walking down the aisle on time.
Hmm.
You know, so it's like we got to really be crucial with our time and understand other people's time.
Yeah.
You know.
Let me
Well,
ask a quick question, Mario, before you get started. I was talking to, and this is off the subject but on the subject. I
Mhm.
was talking to a cake designer recently, and about how they could do multiple cake orders for wedding cakes in a day. Um, is it traditional for a makeup artist to or hair and makeup artist to book more than one event in a day, or is it really just mostly that day, that one wedding party that day? Because I'm thinking that, well, wouldn't that be based on the amount of people that you have to do? Like if you had to do one bride in Charlotte and then had to do one bride and eight bridesmaids in Raleigh, could you book that in the same day?
It depend on the
Does it-
timing of the.
Okay,
It would depend on the timing of the wedding. So
okay.
if that wedding starts, sometimes you have early weddings, sometimes you have late weddings, you know.
Hmm. Hmm.
So if that wedding start around 12, I know for a fact I would like to address everything beforehand and I can be there because I get up early. So I can be there around 6 a.m. to 7 and make sure that bride, and depending on how many bridesmaids she have, I will make sure I get all that detail for me to be like, okay, I can be open for a night wedding, you know, if I can.
Hmm.
But if we're talking about one wedding start at 3 p.m. and she got about 5 people and plus the bride out, no, that's not
Okay,
fair.
okay,
Because
okay.
then I have to worry about traveling and then I have to worry about the night
Mhm.
wedding, me being there on time, people attitudes. And I don't have time for that. And I just be like,
Gotcha, gotcha.
no, you know. So I usually I do book. I try to, you know, stay with one. And but like I said, if it's an early wedding versus a night wedding, and if it's like a bride and two bridesmaids, okay,
Mhm.
you know. And then at the nighttime, it's a bride and six, okay. But we can't talk about a bride and 6 in the morning, and then you know, because I mean, I'm fast, but I ain't that athletic, you know.
Mario, you see what's going on behind me? Y'all see what's
right.
going on?
I see it now. I didn't notice it until you said something.
I'm sorry, y'all.
No, I didn't even notice it
Normally
until
he's
you said
not
something.
home during the time we do this, but he's working late this week, so he's home today. So I apologize.
Horrible.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was funny. Okay, Mario, your next question. I'm sorry.
Well, I think, and I think what people have to understand, right, and I'm because right now we're really talking about time management, and
Hmm.
I think if any vendor takes it upon himself to schedule two weddings in one day, you're putting yourself at high risk. Um,
Crazy.
that's not good customer service to me, because a wedding day in a wedding day should the vendor should only do one I mean, if it's a wedding, I honestly don't think a actual vendor should go out and schedule more than one event. Like I say,
Right.
because like I said, timing does play an
Hmm.
important role, but when it comes to weddings, that's a high risk. Because like I know cater, being greedy, and that's what's said as vendors being greedy will get you in trouble. I had one caterer that went out and scheduled two events in one day, and of course, one event paid for it, which was the event that I was doing. So
Hmm.
I highly recommend. I'm gonna say this to all vendors: if you're doing a wedding, um, don't be greedy. Just schedule that one wedding and be done with it. Don't. That's what when you said that's a pet peeve of mine is that no vendor. And again, vendors can do whatever they want to do, but
Hmm.
the thing is, they put that actual event at risk when they do more than one event in one day if it's a wedding.
Well, and let me say this right here. When you have stylists that are in a shop, right? And you got to come into their shop. They've got other clients that day. They've got other things going on that day inside their shop, and they're wanting you to funnel in and fit in with all their stuff they already got going on. kind of part of that too. But another thing is that clients are or customers should be really understanding better. They should have a better understanding of the fact that when a stylist and a makeup artist, which I'm sorry, promise, let me correct myself, a licensed cosmetologist and makeup artists are coming on site to them, there is going to be a bit of a convenience fee that goes along with that. It's not going to cost what it does when you go into your regular salon to get certain things done. If there's a convenience fee that goes with that, there's a travel fee that goes with that. There needs to be an understanding because they're taking their entire day to
To
be
cater to you.
there at your event
Right.
and to be available for your event. And maybe they're not there the whole day, but honestly, who can actually say that you spend 3.5, 4 hours doing hair and makeup for like 6, 7 people, and what else you got to stay through the wedding and to make sure everything's good, and then because some people do cry during their wedding, and then you got to touch up stuff afterwards. So you're talking about a 6 to 8 hour day just to do hair and makeup, just for coverage, and then so that's your whole day. And I don't think customers really understand or value the time that's put into something like that. And it's not just oh, I showed them, I threw a few, and I walked out. It's not like that. It's a lot more to it. And then
Right. And the thing is, if you've never done it before, you shouldn't start on your wedding day.
no.
That's something. If you've never been a person that wears makeup on a, and I think that's the biggest
Amen.
issue across the board is if you've
Amen.
never done it before, you shouldn't start on your wedding day.
Thank
Um,
you.
that's just something in general. So it's to me, it's a lot more in detail. And and I'm glad you brought that up because how does like when you sit down, you have a customer client coming to you to discuss their wedding. Exactly what is the procedure? How do you sit down and tell them um, exactly what is the full procedure for that day?
Hmm.
Well, first, I give them a consultation. And I give
Okay.
them a consultation, I'll tell them the details, the in and outs about getting your makeup done on your big day. But first, my biggest question is, do you wear makeup? How natural are you? Do you
Hmm.
wash your face? Have you ever worn makeup? What type of makeup have you worn? But then if you come to me and tell me, no, I never wore makeup, that's when it becomes a trial run. Because if you never wore makeup before, how would you know how you look on your wedding day? Get what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have people that have very good skin and that just really want lipstick and eyebrows.
Hmm.
I mean, just be honest. They
Hmm.
don't want lashes. They don't want certain things because they've been naturals for so long. They're not really caring about the pictures. They just asking a little blush, a little this, a little that. So they're not
Hmm.
really taking on a full face of a makeup. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when I tell people, and they sometimes get upset because they feel like they got to pay twice, why do I have to do a trial run? Because I don't want you looking like Joe Jackson versus Michael Jackson. Let's just be honest. And I'm just
Plus,
trying to be honest because it's
what if
like
you have
people,
allergies
yeah,
and
people,
the
and
day of
that's what
your
people don't understand. People don't understand that. And when you break that down, what if you have allergies? What if you just allergic to? It don't have to be my makeup. It's just the pigment in the makeup. What if you're just allergic? You get what I'm saying? What if the lashes is just irritating your eyes and it's just making your eyes cry, red, whatever? I didn't do my due diligence by not giving you a trial run before your wedding day. So now on your wedding day, it's messed up.
So how far in advance should they do a trial run?
A trial run is within the month. Within a month. So basically, if
within
your
a
wedding
month of
day,
wait, within a month of the wedding or within a month
yes,
of booking?
no, within a month of your wedding,
Okay.
yes,
Now let's be a little bit more clear on that because that could be scary. Um, so 2 weeks from my wedding, I can get a trial run.
yes, you can.
I
You
wouldn't do
can
that.
because you have no, but you to be honest though, you wouldn't. But I have like right now I have people that's asking that. They don't
Okay.
have
Okay.
within a month of that
Okay,
budget.
now if they asking for it, then but see,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
again,
Right,
if they're
right.
asking for it, then I can see that. But like
Okay.
if you've never ever done makeup before, uh, it might be in their best interest to do it maybe a couple of months in advance, just so they can see. Because let's say if they do it and their face break out, how much time is it going to take for their face
Yeah,
to
that's what
recover
I was
from the
gonna
breakout?
say.
So I do also break that down too in the consultation. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Depending on when their wedding is versus when they need to book their trial run.
So
You
if
get what I'm
I'm an avid makeup wearer, then I could probably do the 30-day
Right.
out thing. But
correct.
if I'm not,
But
I
if
need to
you
be looking
have
at 3
never
months or
worn
more.
makeup before and
I
you're
probably
just
need
a
to look at 3
lipstick
months.
person, you
Uh-huh.
need to and your wedding is in October and you're booking and you're talking to me now, you need to book your trial run right around July. But I can make sure you're good. And
Okay.
that way, if we need to do another trial run, just to
Mhm.
make sure whatever makeup is hibernating your skin or hurting your skin, I can change it within time. You get what
Mhm.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
Right.
going back to time management, what what can I do if you know what I'm saying? If you ain't never wear makeup before and all of a sudden, boom, you just get a whole rash on your face. I got to take more of that makeup to cover up all of that the day of your wedding.
Mhm.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm
I see
saying?
what you're saying.
So it's a
Yeah.
lot. So I be telling people to book. You know, when you want to book a trial, when's your wedding day? All right, hey, you know what I'm saying? I usually do book within a month, but since you ain't never wore makeup, lashes, lipstick, you know, barely lotion, man, we gonna have to
Got
book
you.
within
Got you.
3 months. You know what I'm saying? Soon as you book,
So
situation. So
so Mario, what do you ever, because I know clients hit us with different questions and stuff. Are you ever hit by clients with questions about hair and makeup?
No,
I get it a
never.
lot. Jesus.
I've like I said, I've normally most time I never get it because in most cases, most people, they like I think I've throughout all the weddings I've done, I would say maybe 5 to 6 weddings actually had a makeup slash hairstylist
On site.
on site.
Hmm.
And I think that and the reason I think a lot of that is because people don't understand the importance, or in
The
some
value.
cases, they don't understand the value. But at the same
Mhm.
time, a lot of people are just stuck in their ways to where they don't want to adjust. I mean, and I
Mhm.
think that's the part is like I mean, I just had a wedding not too long ago. The wedding started almost 2 hours late because the bride did hair and makeup off site.
I
Um,
don't know. How do we if you were to kind of shop this to any potential clients that may be watching Promise, on the give me like the three top reasons why, not necessarily yourself not hiring just you, but hiring a licensed hair and makeup artist. Give me three good reasons why, if I'm the avid, I don't wear makeup, I don't know if I need it or not, blah 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 blah, but then I've been talking to people and they're saying, yeah, get your makeup done or whatever. Give me three good reasons why someone should actually put that out there and get that on-site service. Like one I could think of is,
photography,
huh?
photography.
You mean the picture, the photos that are going to come
I
out?
would
Yeah.
say that because everybody faces beat to the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And you're
Mm-hmm.
just plain Jane.
Okay, now let's explain beats real quick. Sidebar. Explain beat, because I don't know.
Beats, beats is where like you got this natural Barbie look. I mean, you don't look like yourself when you take the makeup off, and you beat. And to where like everything is perfect on your face. I'm talking about the lining of the contour is correct, the cut color, the cut creases on your eyelash, your your
Okay.
eyeshadow is correct. You
Okay.
got diamonds on your eyes. I mean, you together. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? You together. I mean, the lipstick, ombre, everything.
Okay.
Everything lashes is going from small to long, and you just looking beautiful.
Okay.
Eyebrows is real arched and pretty, contoured up in there. You beat.
Okay. So
But
then,
as they look down the line, you everybody beat except for you.
so give me a second reason why it's important to hire a makeup art, a hair and makeup artist.
Time management again.
Okay. For on-site
Photography, time
service.
management on site, and everybody as I don't know who wouldn't, but everybody as a wedding bride or getting married that day wants that I don't know that word, but just wants that I got my makeup artist if something smudges, something goes
Hmm.
wrong. My
uh-huh.
Almost like
eyelashes falls off
security,
because I'm crying. Lipstick
like
don't
security
run.
maybe,
Yeah, basically.
that they
Because
can
with
they
me,
have backup.
yeah, because with me, to be honest, and Tish can let you know also, I'm always running around, running behind my bride. Like, okay, they about to put you in the reception. You know what I'm saying? She's like, they like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, making sure their eyeliners together. They got the
Got
little
you.
Nothing is smeared because as a makeup artist, you can see that. All the
Mm-hmm.
crying, you can see the tears blending in with the contour.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So now I
And
gotta run you to the back
the
and be like,
first
hey,
thing we think
you
about
know
is
what I'm saying?
pictures. The
And
first
put
thing
you
we
back
think about is what
together.
it's gonna look like in
It's
the pictures.
like right. It's like a puzzle. You gotta put right back together again.
Got you.
And you just like, okay, okay, look at me, smile. All right, you good to go. Go ahead, girl.
Okay.
Go in there. And then now they really happy, like, woo. And then that's when they give you this shout out, like, I really thank you for being there because I wouldn't know what I
Mm-hmm.
would do if you wasn't. So that's
That's so
really important to be there on site. Unless they tell you, listen, I don't need you. But it's hardly any weddings that will ever tell you they don't need you because they do need you. They
got
have
you.
people, especially if they big. They have big people coming in that want them to see them look flawless, flawless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm that. I'm this
Well,
and that.
I'm only
Like,
worried about my groom seeing
you
me
know,
looking flawless, but
right.
that's just me.
Right. And you just never know. A lot of people at receptions have dances for that bride. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? Or that groom. So they want to look extra cute. And they gotta switch
yeah.
their dress.
Oh, you mean like
Girl,
the
bye.
sorority fraternity things that they do sometimes when they're doing? I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like those.
So, with them switching that dress and they makeup artist left,
Oh
do you
yeah,
know how much in tears I'm gonna be in? What I'm gonna do? What?
got
My lipstick look crazy. My
got
face got tears running down. Nobody, my mama and my auntie and grandma don't even know nothing about makeup. They
got
got
you.
tears done. So now I gotta call the makeup back. Can somebody please come back and touch me? So
I know.
that's why it's
But if
very
you have
important to be on
on-site
site.
service,
It's
but if you
really
have the
important.
on-site service, you
Yeah,
got them for
it's so
that time
important
frame.
to be on site. It's so important. And I tell people gracefully, like, it's important because that's your day. That's your day to say I do. That's your day in front of God. That's your day in front of everybody. That's your day when all hopes is gone. That's your day. You ain't go
Mm-hmm.
to Justice Peace. You stand in front of everybody with your face looking great. And if you got to change, people changes to different dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Who would want to? That's more tears on their face to know that I don't have nobody to put my blush up or put more
Mm-hmm.
little contour or put
Got
my lips to be perfect. Or now I gotta go talk to the event planner. Can you help me? You know what I'm saying?
and it
I
better
don't
not
know
be
what
me
to
because I
do.
don't know how to put on nothing. I'm just saying,
Right.
I don't know how to do
So
nothing.
you have a lot of people, and then you got the husband going, babe, it's okay. You look great. You
Yeah,
look great. Yeah, to you, but not for the pictures that's about to be
yeah,
taken.
I got
It's important. It's very important. People don't think it is important as they need to know it's important, but it's very important. Just like you being there, that's like you having a wedding reception and no DJs there. You know what I'm
you.
saying? That's important because who
Mm-hmm.
just want to listen to one song for 8 hours? I don't. I don't want to listen to Step in the Name of Love for 5 hours. Okay, we still stepping. You know what I'm saying? We still stepping. But when
Mario,
Mr.
she keep
Mario
coming
was
at me. She
here,
makes me
we'd
laugh
be
too much.
stepping in the name of love, and then we'd be, you know what I'm saying, doing other this and doing that. But we still stepping. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important to have these vendors on site.
Yep, yep.
Exactly. And without
All right.
wasting their time and your time either.
Okay, Mario, what was your next one? I'm sorry, we just kind of got onto a tangent right
Mhm.
I mean, no, I mean, I think, and I think this is again, this is one of those things to where if it's kind of like like a florist. If you have flowers, you want to have a florist on site. Same thing with makeup. Um, like I said again, that's something to where it's a preference.
there. Mm-hmm.
If you are a type of person that wears makeup all the time, then yes, you do need to have a person, the hairstylist or makeup artist on site. But if you're
Mhm.
not one that's in on makeup or you're not makeup, then it might not be in your best interest to have one
Mm-hmm.
because then you're gonna feel bad or you're gonna feel frustrated because you pay all this money and you didn't really need it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's critical to do a trial run in advance.
Yep.
And I think that's where it goes back to where a customer needs to really know what they want because if you have, let's say, 8 bridesmaids and then you're the bride and y'all all are wearing makeup, then it benefits you to have a makeup artist on site. Because especially if you're doing, let's say it's coming here, it's like, for example, the summertime is coming up. Everybody's going to sweat if you do outdoor ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Sweat is a quick way of messing up. I've seen it happen so many times where sweat will make makeup run like crazy. And it actually happens during the ceremony sometimes because they didn't get it done in the first. They didn't have the foundation, everything in it to keep it in place during that. And again, that's one of those things that having someone who's licensed that knows what they're doing understands when the weather condition changes, they know how to build the
Like that.
foundation that's going to make it last through that time frame. So
Hmm.
that's why I say it's like, um, and again, this is one of those things that in our industry, you could do it the right way or you could do it the cheap way. And a lot of time when people choose to do it the cheap way, they pay for it later on. So
Amen.
that's why I said it's like I would listen to this and I was like, and I was brainstorming of all the weddings I've seen where the makeup ran down the sides of the face because they had their girlfriend do it or they had somebody else do it. They didn't know what they were doing. I mean, just like that one wedding that I just did not too long ago was the person was doing braids for the bride and didn't know what she was doing because first time she was doing it. So there's a difference to where
On site the
Wait,
same
come back,
day.
go back one
no,
second.
this was offsite. This is offsite.
Oh, but it was the
Um,
same day as the wedding.
it was the same day as the wedding.
Oh
And it
dear
was her
God.
first time.
No, no, the hair. They were just doing braids. It was a special type of braids that she was getting done to the
Oh, okay,
hair.
okay, okay.
And
It might
the
just been a style.
person that was doing it, it was her first time doing it.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So that
Mm-mm.
again, that's just one of those things to where you have to understand time management and
Yeah.
getting things done in appropriate time. It's like you're gonna hire a specialist to come in to do
Mm-hmm.
something. When you do it yourself weddings, sometimes is what get people in a lot of trouble. Is when you decide to do it yourself and you had Aunt Juju or cousin Jean Jane do certain things like that, it causes
Right.
problems. So that's why I
Yeah.
say it's critical to where if you're going to do it, and this is one of the things I stress to people, if you know if you're going to go out here and spend $3,000 for a photographer to take pictures, you need to put all the proper investments to meet that standard.
Mm. Say it
If
again.
you don't do it, you pay $3,000 for a photographer, but then you get Aunt Betsy Lou to do your makeup, and Aunt Betsy Lou don't know anything about makeup or
Mm.
never been to school or anything like that, then
Mm.
you're gonna be looking like a clown on your wedding day.
Mm.
So those are things that people
How
have to
that
take
went.
to consideration. I think that's why and that's why I say I'm sitting here. I was brainstorming. Is most of the time I don't see a makeup artist at most of my weddings is because most of the weddings are already on a tight budget, and so
Hmm.
they're cutting corners just to meet those requirements. So when a person who top properly plans for their wedding day and they know what they want, then they're going to allocate all the right money to all the right vendors to be
Hmm.
present on that site.
So let me ask this real quick so we can wrap up. Um, there are so many different services that are available to women in general for hair and things like that. Um, but and just kind of like shoot some things out there. General pricing, you did mention in the beginning that right now it's running about 450 across the across the board for hair and makeup, especially for on-site for weddings. um but the services can be there are some services that they need to have done beforehand. Is that correct? And then also there are services that they can have done the day of, which mostly is just the curling and putting it up and or putting in the style and then the makeup. um if you had to kind of run through it, I'm just gonna throw out a couple of things that I do know about, like and just give me like a general pricing. Because, but let me just before we even start that, with all these different styles, there is an installation fee, correct?
Sure.
Okay, and installation fees can run 195 to $450.
150 to 350,
Okay, okay, okay. I'm trying to put some prices out there so people understand.
depending on what type of install you're getting.
Yeah, okay. So here's my question. And this the number I'm asking for is not to include the install. It's just what it would cost for me to get certain things. And I know it depends on the length of the hair. So let's put that out there first too. So if I wanted to get and I'm not sure if I'm gonna say this right or not, so you can correct me. The thing where you get your hair braided up and then they put the stocking cap thing on it,
A wig install.
a wig install.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
What is a wig install? And I know
So
it depends on the length of the hair, but give me a general number.
so three you got you got three detailing of a wig install. You have a full lace, you have a closure, and you have a front two. A full lace is a whole lace that goes around your whole head. Nothing is shown, not real
Hmm.
hair. Real hair is braided down. The stocking cap is on, laid
Hmm.
down, and that's when your lace comes on your head. The second one is a closure. Closure is a 4x4. It stays right here. the lace comes this far, and everything else is still nothing showing. The wig is on your head, your hair is braided back. The next one, which is the last one, is the front two. The front two is a lace from ear to ear. That's all either glued, lace, glueless, or taped.
Mm-hmm.
And then nothing else is showing either. It's all wig installs. Now, a full lace can run you 360 by itself.
Mm-hmm.
A closure can run you 225 by itself. Front two can run you 250 to 300 by itself,
Okay. Okay.
depending on who the stylist is,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how good they are. They
Mm-hmm.
got some now, people don't know that they have wigs on because it looks like their hair, because the
Mm-hmm.
lace is just melted to where it looks like their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Day of ceremony wig install is a different price. That's going to
Yeah.
take a little more timing than the day
Mm-hmm.
before that I had to do it. And then plus I have to do your other people. So now I have to budget my time around yours and your bridesmaid, who else is
Mm-hmm.
getting this done.
But traditionally, you do installs of any type
Yes.
prior to the day
Yes.
of.
Yes.
Okay, because of the time that you're looking to spend on those things. Okay,
Right. Now,
all right. So,
sometimes we may have a problem where somebody's hair, and sometimes I always put that on the bride. I would never want to say, the bridesmaid is taking the bride's time, but sometimes the bridesmaid hair may have came in late, and they need that installed the day of. Now,
mm-hmm.
that's when you bring it back. Hey, how early can I be to you to install it, than to be around
Mm-hmm.
everybody installing it and wasting time? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it can go vary like that. So you have them
Okay,
type of issues, but rarely, but you do have them type of issues.
okay, okay. That was just to give somebody just a general idea, sir, because I know braids are different prices. Locks being tightened up and stuff like that, or addressed, that's a whole different price. So I know there's different things that go
Real
into it
price.
as well. So Mara, did you have a follow-up? I'm sorry, kind of jumped out
No,
there.
I mean, I think, and see, I think what, like, you just opened up a can of worms on that one, because you completely lost me when you said start talking that details about that.
I'm
And I
sorry.
think that's, I honestly believe that you have to really educate people on. You just, like I said, everything you just said just went way over my head because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Correct.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm saying, is that you have to be a little bit more clear, get a little more clarity on educating people, because I mean, if I'm the groom and everything you just said, I'm like, I don't understand what I'm paying for. So
Hmm.
like that's where the bride has to come into place and get a
Mhm.
better understanding of that, because the numbers you just threw at me, you just shut me down. I don't even want to do. I don't even want that anymore.
And that's
So
correct. And I promise you,
I mean,
that's how it goes all the time. Because to
right,
be honest, I have people that reach out and say, "Hey, I want to get this done." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. What style are you getting? Oh, I want a wig install." And boom, that's it. Oh, hi. I'm sorry to hit you back up, but there's three wig install type, different types.
right,
So we get a lace, a front 360
Yeah.
lace, a front to a closure, and they be like, "I just want a wig install." Oh, okay. Can you show
And
me
see,
what
then
you
that
want?
shows, like
You
for me, like I told you, I'm not even sure what it's called because I don't know.
Yep.
That
right.
shows that I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. But the thing about it is that as a client or a potential client, I should be educating myself on what these three different things are,
Hmm.
and I should be educating myself on what the difference is between braids and locks. And then there's also what's it called, faux locks and stuff like that. Like there's
All
so many different
blacks.
things
Hmm.
that people need to educate themselves on. So when they come to you and say, "Hey, I'd like to talk to you about getting my hair done for the day of my wedding," and have a little bit more knowledge. And then also, if you find that you have people like me who just asked you that very blanket general question, you gave me actual, even though Mario didn't get it, I got it when you were just explaining each one of them. But you have to, we as vendors have to educate our potential clients as well, because a lot of us just don't know. Like I stay in my lane, decorating and planning, I got you, but hair and makeup, not my thing. But I can direct you to somebody to help you with that. But I think that clients should really take the time to research things and
Right. And
really understand.
if a wig stall scared you, if I always think about extensions. Anybody ever said they just want extensions? That runs them about $750 to $900 because
That's
that person has to get the human hair. They have to
yeah,
install it piece
Wait,
by
wait,
piece.
back up. You said how much?
seven
Seven
fifty to
fifty
900.
to
You
nine
heard
hundred
her.
dollars human hair. And that's just
Yeah.
making, and that's just really making. If my hair's right here, my real hair, that's just actually making my hair 30-inch long down my back for my wedding day. That's it. That's it.
30 inches. That's all. Okay.
That's it.
That's not wrong.
And then look, when you give me a hug and a kiss for my wedding, guess what? You ain't feeling no tracks. You ain't feeling no
Mario
good.
just did his whole
What?
head.
You know that your wife's hair is 30 inches on her wedding
See,
day.
I guess my thing is this, and I think this is where if my wife is like she normally goes out and she spends like $100 to $150 to get her hair done, and then I'm hearing these numbers 950, um, you already like as that completely just shut me down,
Hmm.
and I think that's why it's important that maybe we need to do an actual show that goes into detail about the different things because these numbers you're throwing numbers out there, but I don't understand the thing that you're talking about, and so
Hmm.
just hearing the numbers, you're shutting me. I'm already shutting
Right now,
down because
yeah,
I'm just like,
it's expensive.
okay, how is it that my wife can go get her hair done for $150, and now I want to pay 950? No, I'm not even going to listen to anything you have to say because that educational portion has to be there. It has to be
Right,
important
it has
because
to. Hmm.
that is and I guess that's just that and everything we do is just like if I go to Mickey D's and I pay $10 for a combo and now you're telling me I gotta pay $60 for per person, you got to educate me on why I'm paying $60.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that
Right.
those numbers, that number, and that's why I tell people be careful when you throw numbers out there because if you don't back it up with education, that's why I know with me, I actually have to break down everything that I'm going to do to justify my number. And that's one
Hmm.
thing as vendors, that's the number one issue is vendors be throwing out numbers, but there's no education to back it up.
Hmm.
And again, yeah, it's the client's it's part of the responsibility is the client needs to get some of that responsibility on that. But like
But we need to educate them as well. We can't just say it's going to cost you $750 to get, you know, tracks put in your head. We have to explain why. It's human hair. It's the installation. It's the, and it lasts for how many months. And like, there's,
but what my
things
thing is
behind it.
though, and
Well, you know
so
what's so funny? Let's do a detail about me doing hair.
Wait,
So
wait,
let
wait,
me
wait, 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 wait. We're
go
gonna do
ahead.
this on another show because
yeah, we're gonna do another show, yeah,
we're gonna
because
do another
right
show,
now that's what
honey.
I'm saying. Y'all
We're gonna
have to
put
be
together a whole
careful.
slideshow. We
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
do a
I think
whole
so
show.
because like I said right now, I'm not trying to, but it's just like when you throw numbers, it's like you really want to justify your numbers
Mm-hmm.
because like that 950,
No,
and
seven fifty to nine.
no,
You changing the number.
I'm just saying nine. Okay, even let's say $900.
Mm-hmm.
If I again go back to boyfriend fiance, I know I go with my fiance something. She gets her hair done. She'll pay 100, like I said, $100 to $200 to get her hair done. You're gonna have to really break it down and explain to me why am I going to pay 4 times more for
Mm-hmm.
her to get done for her wedding. So that's the part that those numbers are extremely different. And so that there has to be a justification behind
Yeah.
now. Time management falls into that role to where it saves you money and time, but the why are the numbers so different?
But
Yeah.
it can shift at the same time because you people have to understand if the hairstylist gets the hair, that's why the prices go skyrocket. But if the person that wants the hair done get the hair, that's when we deduct that. Okay, you got the hair? Okay, cool. I'll charge you five because remember, it's still going to take me 3 hours or 4 hours to put it in installation.
So
Then
this is
it's
just
the
for one
stylist.
person though. This is for one person.
Yes.
Yeah, this is for one person. And then you got to remember
Okay,
how
Mario, you're not
full.
a girl, so you're
No,
not
no,
gonna get
right.
it.
But
It's okay.
you gotta also remember natural. People want natural beats. People don't want natural hair. And when I say that, let me break that down. If I want braids in my hair, I'm gonna pay that extra. I'm gonna pay you. If Promise is charging me 400 for box braids down to my calves, and another lady is charging me 350 just to my lower back, but the 350 is not covering how full I want it. But Promise is going to give me the full with the 400 base and plus the length I want. I'm going to go with Promise. Why? Because you got to remember, I'm getting the full. I don't want 50 braids in my hair. I want 350 braids in my hair. I want them full. I want them to look big. I want it to look full. I want it to look rangy, and I want them to
Okay, and
last.
this is
So
what we're gonna put.
it's
This
really
is
just
what we're gonna put
detail
into
that.
that one show with you. These are the things that we're gonna put into that one show because we're really gonna have to break down
Right.
costs. We're gonna
Right.
really have to
Because
break down
yeah,
costs.
right
That
now,
was a very good breakdown right there
right.
of
That was a
all
good
the different
breakdown. That
things.
was a good breakdown
That was
because see,
really good.
I can relate to the numbers
Yes.
Yeah,
better
So we're gonna
because
have
like
to do
that's
a
something to me
full show
because
of
like
that.
me, I mean I'll be honest, I didn't even know that cost that much. Not just hearing $900 per hair.
Correct.
I mean, mentally, I just shut down because there's no way in the world. I wish Kathy would. I mean, I'm like, no, no.
But
That's a
understand
house payment. I'm not doing that.
it's the
Like,
it's the semi saying for men, because y'all don't just go to the barbershop and be like, oh, y'all want to fade, right? And then 5 minutes later, y'all might see this nice behind zigzag style cut into your name on Google and be like, yo, bro, can you do this? Yeah,
nope,
man, that's gonna be an extra
nope.
$20. But you get what I'm saying? You see how his price went from 15 and escalated to 20 more
I'm gonna
because
tell
he
you
has to do
this.
that design.
See that
You know?
now, see you're in my territory when it comes to getting a haircut. It's like I'm not paying over $15 to get a haircut. I'm just not going to do it. I don't care what style it is. I don't care if it costs more than 15. It's not going to get done. That's being in the military for 21 years, always getting high and tight. So that's what I say. It's like that is something that we have to introduce the industry so
Mm-hmm.
people can relate to how the industry is when it comes to hair
Uh-oh. Is
and
my phone
makeup.
going out again?
Because right now, I don't know anything about that. All I know is I go to the barber shop, I pay $15 to get a haircut, and that's it as far as from the man's side. But for a lady, a bride, or someone in a sweet 16, those numbers have to be justified for a
Correct.
customer to you. And I think that's why I say, like, after 200 and something weddings, I've only seen 5 actual makeup artists on site. Now
Mm-hmm.
it makes sense because those weddings that the makeup artist was on site, they were big budget weddings.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They were high praised weddings. So like you, if you're going big budget, you gotta do it the right way. You can't do
Mm-hmm.
big budget one way and then low budget on other things.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be across the board.
Gotcha.
So I think I agree. I said, well, you do need to go back and give a full class on
Yes, we will.
why. Because I'm telling you now, y'all throwing these numbers at me, I done just shut down. Like, dang, I'm glad I'm married now. I mean, because that's kind of expensive. Because like you
It
just
is expensive. Beauty, look,
so
beauty
Being
costs,
a
baby.
woman is
Beauty
expensive.
costs, baby.
But that's our time today, y'all.
But yeah, I think because I think we just scratched the surface on this one,
Yeah.
and we need to really get deep into it because I want people to really understand that we really need to get people need to really understand that this
What
is
the value of what they're paying
it's
for.
really the value of it is
Mm-hmm.
because I understood the value where every time a wedding starts late. That's
Yeah.
the first thing. The first thing I hear, why the wedding start late? The bride was getting her hair and makeup done.
Mm-hmm. And that
And
happens quite
that
often.
lets you know right off the bar how important or how critical that is on meeting that time for the wedding to start.
Gotcha.
But we're gonna set up another class. We're gonna set up a
We'll unload our
full
trucks next time.
PowerPoint presentation, detail
Yes.
why it costs so much. Because I'm sitting here thinking I'm in the wrong business. I need to go learn how to do some hair and makeup.
Come on through. Come on through.
I'm
Come
like,
on
shoot.
through.
All
I
right,
don't
everybody.
understand.
Promise. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again,
Thank
we're gonna
y'all.
definitely have to do a setup where we do a
Yes, we
whole show
do.
that's dedicated
Right.
to pricing and things of that nature. Because I think it does, as Mario said, it does need to be explained. So maybe we can educate folk on exactly what they're paying for and the value of what they're paying for. So we thank you for your time today. We really appreciate
Thank you.
it. I hate to cut us short, you guys, but I gotta go. You know.
I do
And
too. I got an appointment too coming
yeah,
up,
we
so I
got
gotta get
stuff
out of
going
here.
on. All 3 of us got an appointment to go to.
We
So
sure do.
thank you guys for joining us today. I
No
hope to see you guys
problem.
soon. We'll be back next Wednesday, and we'll continue our actual series on wedding day vendors.
Okay,
Yeah, but
whoever's
promise
on
me.
here listening, if y'all need a DJ, if y'all need an event planner, if y'all need a makeup artist, a bomb hairstylist, hit us up. Love
All
y'all.
right.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.